Hello and a very warm welcome to the bustling metropolis of Seoul, the latest stop on the HSBC World Tour. This is the second of 3 days of live coverage of the 2018 Korea Open from the SK Arena. It's semi-finals day. Here's how our tournaments break down by a category. This is Super 500 events. There are 7 of those throughout the season. And prize money of $600,000 US available this week. That'll all be distributed tomorrow on finals day. Here's where we've been, all around the world pretty much, and where we're going to: Far East, Europe, Denmark and France. And it all builds up to those World Tour finals in Guangzhou, China, just a couple of weeks before Christmas. Only the top 8 in each of the 5 categories will make it there. Here's what's coming up today, starting with a Japan-Korea battle in the men's doubles. Both pairs, incidentally, are unseeded. Then we focus on the mixed doubles as 20-year-olds He Jiting and Du Yue take on the number 8 seeds from Thailand. Women's singles action to follow that. Sung Ji-hyun against Bai Wen-jiang. It should be a thriller. They've 26 tournament victories between them, those two ladies. In the men's singles, Chiao Tian-chen starts favourite against Kenta Nishimoto. The Japanese, by the way, still waiting for his first major title. And then it's the second Wimi semi as top seed Akane Yamaguchi takes on fellow Japanese Nozumi Okuhara. Still plenty to come after that, including the eagerly awaited men's singles all-Indonesian semi, Jonathan Christie against Tommy Sugiyato. Don't miss that one, that's the penultimate match today. Well, here's how the men's doubles draw has panned out. Seeds have, well, fallen by the wayside. Just one seeded pair left, and they're the 8 seeds, Endo and Watanabe. But we're concentrating on that top semi-final between Takuro Hoki and Yuko Kobayashi against Choi Sologyu and Seo Seung-jae. If you were with us yesterday, you'll have seen Hoki and Kobayashi get past Kim and Lee, albeit it took them 3 games to do it. Plenty of fans in today. Of course, it's the weekend, and obviously the Koreans, all the Korean players today are going to be very heavily supported by these ladies and gentlemen. Seats around about 5,000, by the way, this auditorium. The Japanese fans are here. We built it ahead of the Olympic Games, staged in Seoul in 1988. Actually held the fencing events here. There, that's the Lean Green Machine. They were very loud yesterday. This is a tournament with a fair amount of history. It goes back to the early 90s. Has been around the country in various Korean cities, but now firmly established here in the capital. Just going back briefly to that prize money we mentioned, $45,000 for the singles champs, $47,000 for the doubles winners, and lots of ranking points as well. Equally important with Guangzhou, as I mentioned, just round the corner. Players coming out, as you see, which is good news. Japan pair have really played well this week. Surprised quite a few people to be here. They thoroughly deserve their place in the semis. First time these pairs have met. Hoki and Kobayashi, who beat the number 6 seeds yesterday. But Sologyu and Seo have also knocked out seeds as well along the way, so hard to really find any kind of a form line. We're filming her and she's filming us, and she's just spotted us thanks to her friend. Crowd building up nicely actually here in Seoul. 8 matches today, so we'll only have more people coming in as we go through the day, as we look at Takuro Hoki, 23 years of age, runner-up in the Japan Open last year in the mixed doubles. Also got to the final of the US Open in the men's as well. And Kobayashi, who was absolutely terrific from the back of the court yesterday. They've been together as a pair for 4 years. They have won a couple of international events, but this is by far the biggest tournament that they will have a chance of winning still. That's their progress through the week. As I mentioned, taken to 3 games yesterday by Kim and Lee, but otherwise it's been pretty serene progress, particularly against the Chews in the first round for the loss of just 22 points in barely 25 minutes. So let's have a more of an in-depth look then at the two Koreans, starting with Choi Sol-gyu. That ranking I wouldn't take too much account of. They are a relatively new pair. Has been as high as 48. Actually been a mixed doubles player for most of his career. Part of the team that won the Sudirman Cup in 2017. He's won 6 mixed doubles events. That's why the men's doubles ranking is way up there. And Seo Seung-jae, who actually won a mixed team gold for Korea in the Sudirman Cup last year.
Ready to play.
Another mixed doubles player, but he has won the Korean Masters men's doubles title. That was last year, albeit with a different partner. That's been their progress through. Just the one match where they were taken to 3 games by the 2 Lees of Chinese Taipei in the round of 16. Stéphane Venet of France is the umpire, and he will be assisted by service judge Christoph Usbold from Germany. Just to reiterate, by the way, we do have Hawkeye in operation for this tournament, so both pairs have 2 challenges per game, and if they are correct, they will keep that particular challenge.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Seo Seung-jae and Choi Sol-gyu, Korea. And on my left, Takuro Oki and Yugo Kobayashi, Japan.
Yeah, we do have some Japanese fans in, no question, this afternoon.
Yugo Kobayashi to serve
local
to Seo
time
Seung-jae. Level.
In the South Korean capital, and we're just about set for the start of semi-final action. And it will be Kobayashi to serve.
Service over.
Yeah, that decibel level will only increase as we go through the match, especially if the Koreans are on top. Response from Kobayashi. That was the kind of area where he was so effective yesterday in the quarter-final. And it wasn't just jump smashes from the back of the court either. It's great deception, really good anticipation, quick movement. I'm thinking this could be a pretty close encounter between these 2 pairs. Yeah, there was a mix-up, wasn't there, between Hoki and Kobayashi right at the start of that rally, and they were kind of on the back foot for the rest of it. A little fortunate with the net call. You saw the hand of apology from Kobayashi. But it was good tactics anyway. May or may not have reached it if it hadn't been for the net cord. Seo, we'll never know.
3-2. Service over. 3-0.
A little bit careless
Service over. 4.
from Choi at the net there. Just wide. It's a nice idea, because that area of the court was completely unguarded. No point in challenging this. It clearly missed the sideline yet. Saw it very obviously there. Yeah, Kobayashi again. He gets so much power.
6-3.
Terrific technique. What a big man, he's only 5'9". But the height he gets, as ever, the timing, absolutely perfect. 6-3 then, good start this for the Japanese pair.
7-3.
Oh, very good.
8-3.
Completely bamboozled Choi with the flicker. Well, the crowd doing their best to try and somehow cajole the Korean pair get into this match, but at the moment, not working. I tell you what, that's almost a brilliant get from Yugo Kobayashi. That to stop the rock with 6 unanswered points. All that.
Service over.
It's not going to do their cause any good at all when you're behind by a margin. You really don't want to be giving away cheap points like that. First service error of the match.
Service over. 5-10. Service
so
over.
They go to the interval with a very healthy 11-5 lead, Hoki and Kobayashi. On the balance of the play that we've seen in the 6 minutes of action, absolutely no more than they deserve. They've served better, they've returned better. Kobayashi at the back of the court particularly, it's given Choi and Seo all kinds of problems.
20 seconds. 20 seconds. 11-5. Play.
So Hoki to restart. That's what they need more of from the back of the court. Excellent from Seo.
6-11.
This looks somehow so more artistically pleasing when a left-hander plays that kind of a shot. No logical reason why. He was also excellent yesterday. Their quarter-final victory. Behind here though.
Service over.
It's a good return because it just gave
12-6.
the Japanese pair the initiative. Almost a carbon copy of the previous point.
13-6.
Just look a lot sharper, Hoki and Kobayashi.
14-6.
That is now very firmly reflected on the scoreboard. A terrific backhand. It was really the fact that he anticipated it was the key, rather than the shot itself. He's off very, very early.
Thank you. Lanjut. Play.
Well, now their judgment's off. They are going to challenge it.
Called in.
Actually, the wrong side to see, but I'm surprised if the original call was incorrect. We'll see very shortly. First chance today to test out the Hawkeye system that we have at all these big events. Called in. Or a line judge.
Correction.
Opticians for me first thing Monday morning, and a point for the Koreans, and they need it.
Service over. 7-15. Play.
Fair to the line judge, it was extremely close. They just get one look at normal speed. A bit of good fortune with the net cord.
8-15. Service over.
Still get the feeling that a couple of points
16-8.
the Koreans won might just be a brief upturn for them, because for the most part this opening game they have been clearly second best. Just outfought really the Japanese as much as outplayed.
Service over.
They had no deal with
9-15.
Kobayashi at the back of the court, or Takuro Hoki predominantly at the front of it. See again, it was a
Service
bit of
over.
a nothing shot by Choi.
17-9.
Japanese player closing in here. Just made that very, very easy for Kobayashi, for Hoki to effect the kill.
Service over.
It's one of the first he's missed, I think.
10-17.
Probably won't matter in the overall scheme of things.
10-15. Service fault called 2-eye.
That's the first
Service over.
of the day. I don't think I had any yesterday,
18,
actually.
10.
Remember, they have to serve from below 1.15 metres. And that service judge with those two implements in front of him, you see there, looks through between two black lines to check the height of the serve, and that one clearly wasn't legal in his view, and his is the only view that counts.
19-10.
Christoph Ostbold of Germany in the serving judge's chair. Meanwhile, Hoki and Kobayashi just a couple of points from cementing this opening game.
Service over.
Quick miss hit by Kobayashi.
11-19.
Rather bewildered fashion. Shouldn't be too costly. Well, normal services resumed. And here are 9 game points
Game point,
for the
11.
Japanese. Hasn't even taken them a quarter of an hour. Really impressive.
First game
From
won
the
by
Japanese
Takuro
Hoki
Oki
and
Yugo
Kobayashi,
Kobayashi.
who secured the opening game
21-11.
21 points to 11. Really breaking sweat in our first semi-final of the day. Work to do then for Choi and Seo. We'll be playing catch-up next.
한번 쳐도 그 다음 공격 그것도 근데 우리가 나쁜 기회를 있다가 그게 틀어버려 근데 아빠는 그냥 드라이브 들어가 드라이브 치고 2부도 지금 컨트롤이 안 되니까 안 되는 건 네가 드라이브 치면 하는 거다 전진하고 어제부터 전진하고 드라이브 좀 하고 아빠가
Part of the advice is to target Takuro Hoki a bit more, because Kobayashi has done so much damage.
Twenty seconds. 20 seconds. Second game. Level. Play.
Kobayashi serving first.
Service over.
If they could just start well in the second game, you know the crowd's going to get behind them, and maybe could just sow a few seeds of doubt in Hoki and Kobayashi's head, but easier said than done. The form the Japanese are in.
Service
To
over.
serve again, Hoki.
1-0. Vote. 2-1.
So frustrated, you can see it on his face. Choi. was a communication mix-up there, wasn't there, between Choi and Seiya? They left to each other and were second best after that. Obviously nothing unusual for a relatively new pair. The communication is completely up to scratch.
2-3. Service over. 4-2. You go. Service over. 3-4.
Well, that was terrific reactions at the net, because you can bet your bottom dollar that Seo thought he'd won the point for Korea.
4-0.
Absolutely superb from Hoki. Just pure instinct from that kind of range. Nicely picked up again by
Service
Kobayashi.
over. 5-4.
I think Choi we want to see that replay again. Made it pretty easy. Came at such an inviting height and rather telegraphed. That's it. That's clearly it.
Service over.
Excellent rally.
5-0.
First misjudgment the Japanese have made. And it was a bad one too. It wasn't even close, was it? Now a miscue from Hoki. And sometimes that's all it can take to kind of change the momentum. Error of judgment, miscue. And a couple more points now, the Koreans. Just changed the mood of the match.
Play.
Or on the other hand, you might just
Service
get
over.
a Kobayashi masterclass at the net.
6-0.
They can both play those backhands, can't they? It's Hoki that time. All about creating the angle, sufficient angle to force the error. That's
quickly.
exactly what he did.
Quickly. Like.
And again, that's three successive backhands, and on all three occasions,
8-6.
it appeared as though the Koreans had the initiative in the rally. Plays that shot really well. And this is what happened in the first game, just a run of successive points for the Japanese. And the Koreans just couldn't ever recover from it. Facial expression tells you all you need to know from Choi.
Service over.
Well, that was a good decision. Quite short that was in the service line.
7-9.
Which tried to return the favour and got it wrong.
8-9.
Seemed a good idea at the time, but within a point then. Again, he's read the serve. The serving has been a genuine weakness
10-8.
for the two Koreans. Just gave him enough height over the net to be able to get some genuine velocity onto that return.
Service over. 9-10.
I almost feel the Koreans have got more chance of winning the point when Japan are serving. See if they can buck the trend here and get themselves level again in the second game. No, they can't. So they go to the chair.
Service over.
Takuro
11-9.
Yugo Kobayashi with a 2-point advantage.
또한 경기 진행에 카메라를 시설도 빈지되었습니다. 특히 휴대폰 카메라의 시설 적용 꼭 확인하여 주시기 바랍니다.
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
Well, coach has got to instill some kind of self-belief and maybe change of tactics as well if they're going to get back into this and force a third game decider for a place in tomorrow's final. Now building up all the time.
11-9. Play.
It's Yusa. Well, the net cord gave them the advantage in that rally.
9.
They still capitalised fully on it. And that's the other thing that's making it increasingly difficult for Choi and Seo, is that Hoki and Kobayashi are making so few errors. Every point the Koreans win, pretty much they have to really fight for.
12-9. Nine. Service over.
For once, that snappy little backhand didn't come off.
10-13.
But you wonder if the majority of the damage has already been done. Need a couple of points quickly, and that once again
Service over.
just so vulnerable off the serve.
14.
And they don't
10.
seem to be I'm going to find a way to counter this either. Just at that height, it's a very easy put away for Hoki.
Fifteen, 10.
Well, they needed something to happen, albeit playing via a poor
11,
lead from their
15.
opponents. And at this stage, anything's welcome. Now, this is the key. On their own serve, height was better. And again, it's another error.
16,
Japanese
11.
creeping closer and closer to the finish line here. Best get phenomenal height on those jump smashes, Kobayashi, and they're steep. The shuttle comes down at a trajectory that very hard to get back. Well, they make a great double act. The power of Kobayashi, the subtlety of Hoki at the net in particular.
12, 16.
That one was just wide though. Thought about a challenge, decided against it. And once again, it was off the serve. All of a sudden, all the impetus is with Hoki
17,
and Kobayashi.
12.
And now they're just 4 points away from victory here. Barely played half an hour.
Service over. Thirteen, 17.
Powerful save.
Service
Well,
over.
Takura Hoki showing that his partner's not the only one who can
18,
hit a smash
13.
with telling effect. Very short man, he's only 5'6". That's just way too much for Choi.
Nineteen, 13.
Well, unless there's a quite remarkable escape for the Koreans, this is a bit of a thrashing. 7 match points for the
20,
Japanese.
match point, 13. Service over. Fourteen, 20.
Great angles, and that's a terrific victory. 21-14 in the second game. Hoki and Kobayashi, by far the superior pair throughout the match, and they'll have a chance now tomorrow to go for the biggest win of their career in a Super 500 tournament final.
Match won by
And the
Takuro
end when it
Hoki
came
and
was
Yugo
pretty
Kobayashi.
conclusive.
21-11, 21-14.
Yesterday, Kobayashi was the star of the Japanese pair. Today, you've got to say Hoki played a full part as well, and they will take some stopping on this form from landing the title. Korean fans disappointed, 21-11, 21-14 in 32 minutes on court. Stay with us. Coming next, mixed doubles action.